Oh, we had a good week. We had a good training week. Let's get into it. But first, that's the goods. Okay, so the week was awesome. Still early pre-season. I think we may be at week 5. So the focus still for at the moment is aerobic base building. So on the Tuesday, that's what we focus on. A bit longer duration stints, minimum of about a minute. And then some elements of raising the heart rate, which I might insert a little video. We did some shuttles, some broken Bronco sets, mixed in with some hill work. So just get the heart rate up a little bit. Just because the session was a little bit slow, there's a lot of walk-through stuff. So I just wanted to make sure we're still getting that really good stimulus. So that was cool. And then the Tuesday training, most of the stuff's gonna be rugby just because that's where I'm involved with the teams at the moment. Thursday is our main focus for, at the moment on where we're at with the pre-season. Thursday is going to be our anaerobic work or speed work, repeat speed stuff. So a lot of focus on speed, acceleration, and sort of 30 seconds is the max, 30 to 45 seconds is the workload. And then sort of working in that space there. So real high intensity stuff, but it was fun. Really good week. So that's just one thing just to be aware of for coaches and you guys training out there is that just be very conscious about what you're doing. I'm actually going to knock this down a smidge. I think that's better. Yeah, just be really direct and conscious with what you're training, especially with those energy systems, so your fitness stuff. But it was cool. It was a good week. I think one thing that really stood out was ownership for our guys, which was really cool to see. And I made a cool little Instagram video about it. We were doing the hill sprints. It was this really intense workload, and then it took one guy just to say we're going to do one more. Reps were finished, we were done, one more, and then everyone got behind us, and the feeling that gives in a team, that energy is it's contagious and it's cool. So that was really, really cool to see and be a part of. And then they continued for another 2 or 3 reps, and the biggest one, which was cool, one of our props who was grinding through it, he was the last one to say one more. So we were done. He was on his hands and knees on the ground on the hill, and then he stood up and he said, one more, let's do it again. And then we finished another rep. So definitely individual ownership is something to think about. If you're wanting to stand up and make a stance in a team environment, see how you can stand out and create culture. That's a really cool thing that sort of is not really spoken about, is creating culture in a team and how you can do that. You can lead from the front. Even if you're not a leader, you're not directing plays, you're not doing that sort of stuff. Just being like, come on, like talking to your guys while we're doing workouts creates a really cool culture, especially in a new team setup, starts to instill those belief systems and that trust, which is a huge one in rugby. You've got to have the trust in the guy, the inside and the outside of you. So having that trust, developing that through those fitness reps was cool to see. So and it was a good week, and we're just going to continue to do these little video diaries, I guess, until I can figure out what my niche is and how I really want to be specific with these videos. They're going to be all pretty generic, all over the place. So hopefully we can get some direction and some traction somewhere to help me, get more specific with what I want to do in this YouTube space. But this is sort of what it's going to be for now. It's sort of coaches reviews, coaches diaries, post trainings, post games, end of the week stuff, just to anything that's been brought up in the session that I think is worth sharing, will give some cool insight. Is that sort of the way that I'm going to do it. So yeah, that's it for this one. Good luck out there. Cheers.